And tonight, fire crews continue to attack the Four Corners fire burning just west of Lake Cascade from all angles. Good evening. I'm Shira Matzau. Thank you for joining us here on the news at 10. And they're fighting that fire from the air and on the ground with planes and helicopters dropping water to help crews fighting on the ground. And we've seen your questions about that aerial attack. KTVB's Joe Parrish spoke with fire managers to answer those questions. Joe, walk us through the coordination efforts and the progress made today.
Yeah, Shira, fire managers got a bit of a break today with some of the conditions, so aerial assets were able to make a difference. Now, locals in Valley County are seeing and hearing planes over the last few days, but some have questions about why they didn't see the scooper planes on Friday or even early Saturday, battling those flames as families monitor possible evacuations. Fire crews continued their battle Saturday against the Four Corners fire burning just west of Lake Cascade. The weekend, though, did bring encouraging news.
It's a little bit cooler and you can actually feel the higher relative humidity in the air versus the last few days. So the fire behavior has been pretty moderate.
Jesse Benders with Great Basin Team 4, the team taking on the Four Corners fire. And a major plus for the team, close proximity of Lake Cascade to the fire burning just west.
A fire like this is the perfect situation for it. We've had up to 4 of the scooper planes flying in tandem out there, and they can just come one right after the other, scoop their water off the lake and immediately be over the fire area and then right back down to the lake.
Fire managers tell me that the lake's location promotes fast turnarounds for scooping water and dropping it where it's needed. A scoop and drop cycle can be done in only 7 minutes, they say, but it's not just about scooping and dropping anywhere in the fire zone. Coordination is key.
It takes the coordinated effort. We have fire crews on the ground, we have the aviation in the air, and they're working together to accomplish the fire suppression. The firefighters on the ground rely on that assistance a lot to cool down areas so that they can continue working.
Late Thursday into Friday of this week saw fire conditions prompt evacuation orders. Some noticed, though, that the scooper planes were not in the sky Friday as the situation intensified. Some are asking why that is. Fire managers say it's all about weather and visibility.
After Thursday night, when the fire grew a few thousand acres, the following morning, all that smoke settled down across the lake, and there was very limited visibility. All of our aircraft, of course, need really good visibility to be able to fly. They're flying under visual flight rules, VFR. The scoopers specifically require 3 miles of VFR to be able to fly over the fire area. Yesterday's reduced visibility definitely hampered aviation operations, but at the same time, the fire activity was a little less too, so that was beneficial.
Visibility is huge because Lake Cascade remains open to the community for recreation. The Valley County Sheriff's Office is on the lake monitoring to make sure everything's okay and to make sure that people stay out of the way of scooper planes collecting water.
Earlier this morning, we did not have the scoopers running yet because the visibility was still too low. So there were a lot of people out on the lake in boats and jet skis. As soon as we found out that the scoopers would be able to come to the fire, the Sheriff's Office immediately got their deputies out on the lake to make sure that people were out of harm's way and that the aviation operations could be conducted safely.
Pilots of firefighting planes and helicopters also have a limit of how much they can fly each day. So fire managers need to think critically about the best windows to have aerial assets assisting.
We try to find the right spot between starting them early enough to really have good value on the fire in the morning hours, but not starting them so early that then we don't have flight time left still on the other end of the day.
And the Cascade Rural Fire Protection District is collecting donations for the community fund to help those who may have been forced out of their homes or may be forced out in the future. We're going to show you some information here on your screen right now, and you're going to be able to donate to help to those people in need. And I know that it's only a flash of a second here, so if you want more information, we'll have a link to this page in this story at ktvb.com. In case you're wondering, all donations made to the Four Corners fire will be used to help people in the Cascade community that are currently impacted by the fire. Again, though, Shira, things did seem a little bit better today, but it's still a very active situation being closely watched. If you plan on being out in Cascade tomorrow, the rest of the weekend, especially out on the lake, stay clear of the fire crews. They're working hard to keep the community safe.
Yeah, great perspective there. I know we got a lot of question about those aerial attacks, so thanks for shedding light on it. All right, thanks, Joe. And here's where that fire stands. The Payette National Forest says that fire has burned more than 7,600 acres. It's still 0% contained. And tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the Payette National Forest will hold a Facebook Live virtual meeting to give an overview of that fire situation.